Hey, it's Brandy.
This is Miguel. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mario Winans.
Yo, we Drew Hill.
Hi there, this is Nick.
Hey, what's up? This is Nivea.
Hey, this is Emma.
It's your girl Tamar Braxton.
It's your girl Nicole Ray.
And you're watching.
You're watching.
And you're listening to MalcolmMusic.
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 Rocking with MalcolmMusic.
Right now, you're kicking it with
MalcolmMusic.
MalcolmMusic.
And I'm hanging out with my man, Malcolm.
My good friend, MalcolmMusic. Yeah, baby.
And you're checking out MalcolmMusic.
Malcolm Music.
Keep it right here. Peace.
So we have Mary Winans here.
What's up, man?
Mr. I Need a Girl, and I Don't Want to Know, and Don't Know. That was your first song, right?
Yeah, very first.
So how you feeling?
I'm great, man. Great. Very happy to be here in Berlin, you know.
You like
Ready for
Germany?
this? I love it, man.
What do you love about Germany?
I just love how people appreciate music. They appreciate good music here, and I love that.
I mean, you've been doing lots of stuff in Europe, actually, like with Russian artist Timothy and Hadize from Turkey, and because I know these songs from traveling, and then I'm like, wait, Mary Winans did those songs?
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Because you're an urban R&B act for many people, and then you do all this, world music.
Well, before I put out an album, I had already produced for Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Mary J, Brandy, Whitney, you name them. I've already produced for all of these people. So I'm just a musical person, and I'm a producer of all genres of music. So for me to feature on a record that may be different than R&B was not a problem because I write songs like this for other people.
But how did they know though? Because how did they see that would fit? Did they just reach out and they liked your stuff and were like, "Yo, we're fans of what you do. Could you maybe produce something for me?"
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Germany now, in Berlin. How did that come about? How did you?
Actually, well, tonight's show is the company brought me over is Mims Rosé.
Okay.
A new company that I'm working with. We're gonna do a lot of big things together. So that's who put this Valentine's Day show together.
Okay, I want to go a little back with your career. Your very first album, "Story of My Heart."
Yeah.
Very good album, hugely underrated. Take us back to that time. You were fairly young. I think you had produced a little bit before, but you were still a young cat in the game. And somebody must have really hurt you because I listened to this album and it's like, wow, he was going through some stuff.
Yeah. Back then, man, I mean, I guess that's just the kind of songs that I were more into, like writing. And, but that was just a different time in my life. I was still finding myself as a man, a young man. So a lot of situations I was very emotional about, which I've matured from that. But I'm still emotional, but it's just a little bit more balanced, you know what I mean? But that was just a new time, a different time in my life.
It came out in the 90s, and when reading your official press release, it says you did some of R. Kelly's signature hits.
Yeah, I did.
But I seen in an interview, shout out to This Is 50, where you didn't really get the proper credit.
Right.
So how does that happen? And is it because I've heard a lot about R. Kelly because usually R. Kelly always only has R. Kelly on his credits. But then you hear stories like, I don't know, this song was by somebody else and then he puts his credit on. How was your experience with that, and how does that happen that you don't get your due sort of credits?
Well, for me, with R. Kelly, we're very close friends. We're still very close friends. I mean, back then I was very, very fresh and new in the game. So sometimes you got to just, pay your dues. It didn't change the fact that what I put into the records or whatever. And also you can't take anything from him. He's a genius when it comes to songwriting and things of that nature. So, it really didn't affect me too bad because I know what I'm capable of doing. So
would you say the producer credit lots of the times is just a business sort of thing versus
a lot of times well now today you have a lot of the producers today are definitely not actually doing these tracks. But what people don't understand is sometimes there's difference. You have producers that still produce these songs, but they may have someone else do the actual track. But that still doesn't mean that they're not producing it with them.
Okay.
Because then they have to go finish the vocals and they have to sit back and look at the thing as a whole. You know, so there may be some time, but you should give this producer, this guy, some kind of credit. That's where the problem comes in at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if I have another guy producing, like I just did with one of my producing teams, a gospel song on a gospel artist, and we're working on it while we're here. But I'm producing it with them, but they're going to get their credit, they're going to get their publishing. Never will it be, okay, well, thanks for the track, here's your money, but nobody will know you do it. I think that's wrong.
So when Mary Winans on it, then that means you don't steal somebody else's credits.
No, I don't do that at all.
So
never have, never will, because I don't need to. I play 5 instruments. You know?
Your second album came about, massive hit, I Don't Want to Know. How was that sort of phase for you from going to being a producer to just that solo mega star?
It was great. It was difficult at times because I was already like one of the top 5 producers, had hits on the radio, millions and millions and millions sold as a producer. And but when this hit, as big as it was, when it started, I still had to start crawling as an artist. Okay. So it was a lot of things as an artist that it just took me a while to accept because I was already checking in the hotel on the top floor and always doing this stuff as a producer. So to come back to an artist and then you do all these radio shows, which is nonsense now, it's fine, I don't care. A room is a room. Yeah. But it was those things to go from running to crawling in a different area in my and who I am as a musician. And was difficult a little bit at some times.
This difficulty in your background as this, because you already are this established sort of producer and you know the game, was that maybe difficult to sort of be a solo artist and then get that second song out and get, because maybe you're not this fresh new kid who you can just do anything with, but you're this established act. Did that play into the difficulty of following up? I Don't Want to Know.
Nah, it didn't play into the difficulty of that. I mean, I Don't Want to Know, it took off so fast. It almost became its own follower. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we released Never Really Was. And to be honest with you, as I look back on it, that was the wrong second single. We should have put out So Fine or something else a little bit upbeat in the club. But, you know, when you indulge in all that and it's going like it was, this song was spinning 18,000 something of spins a week at 170 million listening audience. So it was so big, man. It really didn't, you know, a lot of decisions we're just making off the fly. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something that people don't know. There's a song on my album called This Is the Thanks I Get. Mm-hmm. Love that song. That was originally the remix for I Don't Want to Know. Oh. Yeah, because I Don't Want to Know, and then I was going to do This Is the Thanks I Get remix. Yeah. But Puffy heard it and it was like, nah, that's a whole song. We got to put that on the album. It charted too, right? Yeah, it charted too, actually. And so yeah, it was a few difficulties, man, but we made it over the hump. After that, you went on to produce lots of great songs. I adore Press Play, the work that you've done at this record. Thank you, bro. Tell me, like, the song with Brandy, Thought You Said, and Last Night, it's sick. It's crazy to me. So how was that? How was working with Brandy? I think she's a cold vocalist. Oh yeah, that's my sister. How was that? And how was that whole? It was great. It was great. It was simple, man. You know, I mean, I've always been a fan of Brandy's even before we became close, and you know, we just wanted to do something different, man. You know what I'm saying? So myself and Sean Garrett, we got together and came up with a great song. It has a good feeling to it, right? It's amazing. Yeah. Who does this? In the end, there's like this light voice that you can't recognize it. Is it you? Is it Brandy? Do you know what I'm talking about? At the very, very end? Yes, that's actually my cousin. Oh wow. Yeah, in the little transition part? Yes. Yeah, it's my cousin. and the song, I think on another song, Through the Pain, there's also another vocalist in the end. No, that's all female vocalist. If you love me, I don't know if you. Why don't you show? Oh, that's my cousin too. That's your cousin as well. Okay. No, that's at the end of. Oh, that's at the end. That's at the end of. Yeah, Thought You Said. Okay. When the beat starts going faster. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's my cousin. Her name is Shay Winans. Those kind of songs that sort of were the birth of the Diddy Dirty Money sound, because to me this whole thing seemed like it stemmed from the Thought You Said and this kind of production. Yeah. Definitely. It just has a lot of similarities, and that's kind of where we were trying to push the bar a little bit musically. You know what I'm saying? And not the same old stuff.
You've done a song with her, "Wish Your Love Away," on her most recent
Yeah.
album. Brandy's working on a new album, I'm sure. Have you
Not yet, but I will.
submitted something?
I'll send her some stuff.